When the United States entered World War II, it was drawn into a brutal ground war across the Pacific. Combat demanded weapons suited to very different roles and conditions. Rifles for the jungle, carbines for movement, sniper rifles for unseen enemies, machine guns to hold the line, mortars to reach what bullets could not, flamethrowers for caves and bunkers, and mines for defense. This video breaks down every US infantry weapon used in the Pacific War, category by category, and explains why they mattered. We start our list with rifles. M1 Garand. Introduced as the standard US service rifle, the M1 Garand gave American infantry a decisive edge in the Pacific. Its semi-automatic action allowed faster follow-up shots in close jungle fighting, where engagements were often sudden and short-ranged. M1903 Springfield. Originally a bolt-action rifle from an earlier era, the M1903 remained in service throughout the Pacific War. It was valued for accuracy and reliability, especially among Marines, specialists, and support troops. M1903A3 Springfield. Developed as a simplified wartime version, this rifle focused on ease of production rather than refinement. It filled secondary roles but remained dependable under harsh tropical conditions. M1917 Enfield. Designed during World War I, heavier and slower than newer rifles, it was nevertheless rugged and reliable when supplies were stretched. Moving on to carbines. M1 Carbine. Created for officers and support personnel, the M1 Carbine emphasized lightweight and maneuverability. In the Pacific, its compact size made it ideal for jungle movement and amphibious operations. M1A1 Carbine. This folding stock variant was intended for airborne and specialized units. While easier to carry during landings, it sacrificed some firing stability for portability. Continuing with snipers. M1903 Springfield. Adapted for precision work, this rifle became the primary sniper weapon used by US forces in the Pacific. Its accuracy allowed American snipers to counter hidden enemy positions in dense terrain. M1903A3 Springfield. Used extensively by Marine snipers, this version was commonly fitted with optical sights. It played a key role in counter-sniper missions and battlefield observation. Next up, submachine guns. Thompson M1928A1. At the start of the war, this weapon symbolized American close-quarters firepower. Reliable and powerful, it was heavy and expensive, which limited its long-term use. Thompson M1. Simplified for wartime production, this variant reduced manufacturing complexity while maintaining effectiveness in jungle combat. Thompson M1A1. Further streamlined, the M1A1 continued to serve despite its weight. It remained effective in close engagements where reliability mattered most. M3 Submachine Gun. Designed as a cheaper alternative, the M3 emphasized simplicity over refinement. It proved effective in close-range fighting and was easier to produce in large numbers. M3A1 Submachine Gun, an improved version of the M3, this model removed unnecessary components. Its simplicity made it well suited for muddy and humid environments. Moving on to machine guns. BAR M1918. Serving as a mobile automatic rifle, the BAR provided squad-level firepower. Though heavy, it allowed infantry units to advance with sustained automatic fire. BAR M1918A2. This later modification adjusted the rate of fire and handling. It remained a central part of US infantry tactics throughout the Pacific War. Browning M1917. As a water-cooled machine gun, it excelled in defensive roles. Its ability to sustain long bursts made it ideal for perimeter defense. Browning M1919A4. This air-cooled design improved mobility compared to earlier models. It became one of the most widely used machine guns in Pacific operations. Browning M1919A6. Intended for more mobile infantry roles, the A6 version allowed heavy firepower to be brought closer to the front line. Browning M2. Famous for its power, the M2 was effective against infantry, aircraft, and light fortifications. Its reliability made it indispensable in Pacific ground combat. Now let's look at pistols and revolvers. M1911. Adopted long before World War II, this pistol remained a trusted sidearm. Its stopping power and ruggedness suited the brutal conditions of the Pacific. M1911A1. With minor ergonomic improvements, this version became the standard handgun for US forces throughout the war. Colt M1917 Revolver. This revolver continued to equip officers and support troops when pistols were unavailable. Smith & Wesson M1917 Revolver. Similar in role to the Colt version, it offered simplicity and reliability in secondary roles. Let's move on shotguns. Winchester Model 1897. Widely favoured by Marines, this shotgun proved devastating in close quarters fighting. It was particularly effective for clearing bunkers and dense jungle positions. Winchester Model 1912. With smoother operation than earlier designs, it remained effective in confined combat environments. Next up, Infantry Anti-Tank M1 Bazooka. Introduced early in the war, this rocket launcher gave infantry a portable explosive weapon. In the Pacific, it was often used against bunkers rather than armoured vehicles. M9 Bazooka. An improved design increased reliability and usability. It continued to serve as a flexible infantry support weapon. Continuing with mortars. M2 Mortar. Lightweight and mobile, this mortar provided immediate indirect fire support for infantry units. M1 Mortar. Delivering heavier explosive power, it was essential for suppressing enemy defences before assaults. M2 4.2-inch Mortar. Operated by specialised units, this heavy mortar was difficult to move but devastating when deployed. Moving on to flamethrowers. M1 Flamethrower. Early models allowed infantry to clear bunkers and caves. Although dangerous to operate, they were highly effective against fortified positions. M1A1 Flamethrower. Improvements increased reliability and combat endurance. It saw wider use as the war progressed. M2 Flamethrower. Refined for sustained combat, this version became critical during late war island assaults. Next up, grenades. Mk2 Frag Grenade. Serving as the standard grenade, early in the war, it was effective against exposed infantry. Mk3 Offensive Grenade. Designed to produce blast rather than fragments, it was better suited for enclosed spaces. ANM14 Incendiary Grenade. Used primarily to destroy equipment and ignite flammable targets. White Phosphorus Grenades. Produced intense heat and smoke, forcing enemies out of cover. M18 Smoke Grenade. Used for signalling, concealment and marking positions during combat. Let's move on ground artillery. 37mm M3 anti-tank gun entered service early in the war as the primary US anti-tank gun. In the Pacific, it was used less against armour and more as direct fire support against bunkers and fortified positions, though its limited firepower quickly showed its shortcomings. 75mm Pack Howitzer M1. Designed for mobility, this weapon could be broken down and transported by mule, vehicle or aircraft. It became one of the most important artillery pieces in the Pacific, providing flexible fire support in jungle and mountainous terrain. 105mm Howitzer M2A1, the standard US field howitzer of World War II. It delivered reliable, sustained fire support during major Pacific campaigns and formed the backbone of American artillery units operating on larger islands. 155mm Howitzer M1, used in major operations where terrain allowed deployment. Its heavy shells were effective against hardened defences and troop concentrations, supporting infantry advances from well-prepared firing positions. 155mm gun M1 Long Tom, a long-range heavy artillery piece capable of striking targets far beyond the front lines. In the Pacific, it was deployed selectively due to its size, but when used, it provided overwhelming firepower against distant enemy positions. And our last category is mines and traps. M2 Anti-Personnel Mine. Deployed mainly for perimeter defense, it was intended to slow and disrupt enemy movement. M3 Anti-Personnel Mine. An improved version designed for easier deployment in defensive positions. M1 Anti-Tank Mine, used to restrict vehicle movement in fortified areas. M4 Anti-Tank Mine. Increased explosive power made it more effective against heavier targets. By the end of the Pacific War, American infantry weapons had been shaped by experience rather than theory. Jungle terrain, fortified positions, and close-range combat revealed what worked and what failed. Each weapon filled a specific role, not by design alone, but through necessity. Together they explain how US ground forces adapted to one of the most demanding battlefields of the Second World War.